Hello, today is January 20th, and I just wanted to let you know about something that happened yesterday and that I fixed, and it's dealing with this center brace that's in the middle of the tank. And basically this brace is, on the bigger tanks, it's meant to keep the tank glass from bowing out due to the weight of the water and exploding basically. And yesterday, when I filled up the tank with water during my water change, because the water had been lower, as you remember from the last video, it expanded it a little bit, and the front half of that, in front of the crack, that whole piece fell right into the tank. Which obviously meant the front piece wasn't even holding to the glass, which means the brace that I had in there before probably wasn't even working at all, which is kind of scary. So what I did, it led to about 5 or 6 hours worth of work yesterday, and starting with the rear here, the rear portion of the glass was still stuck in there, so I ended up cutting that out with a razor blade, which took maybe about a half an hour or so, because it was in there real good. It was, silicone is very strong with glass as long as you prep it with you clean it off real good, and you clean it with acetone and get 100% silicone. That's aquarium-safe. It really is a very strong glue, because it took a long time to get that out. And then I had to find a place that sold quarter-inch glass, which is what this is. So I took that and then cut the glass and then put the new glass back in. And I'm, cutting the story very short here, because that took about 5 or 6 hours to do that. And now I have this big wood clamp. I'm a woodworker as well, so luckily I had this big clamp, a Bessie clamp, and I'm holding it tight there for, they say, about 48 hours until the glue fully cures, and then hopefully, God willing, it will stay in place and hold the front and back from bowing out. The other interesting thing is, when I found the glass, I found some place that actually had the glass, and I had to cut it, and I actually had to cut away a little bit of the plastic on the front and the back, so I could have access to the glass would actually fit in there. Because I did not want to empty the tank. The recommended way to do it is to empty the tank, take the whole top plastic piece off, this black, surround piece that surrounds the tank, and then, put the glass on top, and then put the plastic back on. Well, that was not really an option for me, so I ended up just replacing the piece there. But I did cut away, if you can see it here. See, the plastic is kind of cut away there, and then I cleaned it with acetone, like I said, and filled the gaps with silicone, and with 100% silicone, and stuck it in there, and then clamped it. So, and like I said, I've been going to wait 48 hours for it to cure, and then hopefully it'll stay in place. But anyways, that was quite an eventful day yesterday, because I didn't know whether the tank was going to explode. Right away though, I got this wood clamp on here to keep it from bowing, so I was kind of safe there. But to get the glass in there, I had to let the clamp loose and let it bow out a little bit to make the glass fit. And then once it got in there, then I was able to reclamp it. But it bowed out probably about a quarter to a half an inch, so it's not insignificant. So, anyways, I thought you might want to know there what's going on there. In terms of any tips, I guess the biggest tip is to cut the glass to the right size. Make sure that when you're putting the glass in, that you make sure you clean the surfaces of the glass very thoroughly, and if you can, sand it a little bit, and then clean it with acetone, and then use 100% silicone to glue it back in place, and then clamp it and let it dry for 48 hours. That's probably the biggest tips I can think of. So anyways, hope that helps. All the best and God bless. I'll give you an update to see if it works. Let you know if it worked or not. Bye-bye.